Alright, we made it to the Suicide Squad, 2021 film directed by James Gunn. I found it interesting that the first film is called Suicide Squad, but this film is called The Suicide Squad. I was very curious about this movie. I didn't know if it was going to be a sequel to Suicide Squad or a reboot. And the answer is actually both. Now, I didn't see this movie in theaters, because I just couldn't really get out to the theater to see this one. So I just watched it on DVD. I have to say it's pretty enjoyable. I was skeptical about it because it was failing at the box office, but that could be to the whole pandemic and all. But like I said, Suicide Squad, it's a reboot and a sequel. You have the same faces from the first movie in this one. You got Margot Robbie, you got Jai Courtney, you got Joel Kinnaman, and you got Viola Davis. But you have some newcomers. You have Idris Elba, who's had experience in other comic book films like Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance or Thor, who played Heimdall. You got Pete Davidson in the movie. You got Michael Rooker, who portrayed Yondu in Guardians. Of course, you have to tie in him and Gunn together, because they both work on Guardians of the Galaxy. Then there's a guy from Ant-Man in this movie as well. And then you got Sylvester Stallone who's playing King Shark in this movie. So you got some popular faces in this film. The story about this film, the Suicide Squad, they are sent to Corto Maltese. They're there to stop a militant group called the Corto Maltesians, led by the Herrera family. And their leader is the Thinker. And the Thinker is holding captive a giant starfish named Starro the Conqueror. It's a project they're calling Project Starfish. In the Suicide Squad, they're sent there to stop the project. That's pretty much the story. And I like this movie a lot. There's a lot of adventure, there's a lot of action, a lot of destruction, a lot of blood, there's some profanity, but it's not like Birds of Prey, but they're just saying it just to say it. No, when they use profanity, it's either an intense moment or some type of joke, which I don't really mind. It's more personal. There are a couple of standouts in this film. One of them is right here, Idris Elba. He plays Bloodsport. Right? His daughter gets arrested for stealing, and he joins the Suicide Squad so that his daughter can prevent going to adult prison. So the story is about him trying to save his dog. It's a personal story. I can absolutely see this as Will Smith, as Deadshot if he was in this movie, but I don't know why he's not in the film. Either he chose not to be in this movie, or they just wanted somebody else. But I can absolutely see this being Deadshot. But this was a personal story for Idris Elba, Bloodsport. Another standout is John Cena. He is absolutely a standout in this movie as Peacemaker. I love the dialogue between him and Bloodsport. There's competition between those two. They even fight at the end of the movie. They were teasing it. Alright? And I like John Cena, man. I am a fan. He was a success story in the WWE. He's one of the very few people that have reached the status of a Hulk Hogan, a Steve Austin, or a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He might not be at that level, but he is close. He is close. Right now he's killing it in Hollywood. I know I've been critical of him in the past, but you know what? He's grown on me. He's grown on me. I liked him in Bumblebee, now he's in this one. And to me, he's grown a lot on the big screen in those last 3 years. So I'm excited for the Peacemaker TV show. That's what they're teasing here with Peacemaker. But anyway, I liked the story between Peacemaker and Bloodsport. Can they coexist? Are they gonna fight at the end? They're both the same. This movie, another thing that I like about that, there's a lot of comedy in this movie. Like, this movie's just funny to watch. Like when you're watching the action, the fight scene, it's just funny because it's so quick, it's bloody. You have no clue what's going on. You're just excited to see Peacemaker or Idris Elba kill some people or King Shark eat people alive. If there's one problem that the first movie had, Suicide Squad, which I don't hate at all, I love it. But the problem with Suicide Squad 2016 is that it took itself too seriously and didn't really allow the characters to breathe or be themselves. But this one, with James Gunn at the helm, these characters were allowed to be themselves, open up. Be funny, be who you are. And that's why I like this movie better than Suicide Squad. So they focus a little bit more on the character side of things, rather than all a group of superheroes who have to defeat the evil Enchantress. This is about the characters, them working together. The Suicide Squad 2021, 10 out of 10. What are your all's thoughts about it? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Are you in the middle? Anyway, I hope they make a sequel. Once again, directed by James Gunn. I don't know if that's going to happen. They killed off Rick Flag, so he's not going to be in the next one. But I guess we'll just see what happens with the Peacemaker TV show. That's a success. But that's been your quick little Suicide Squad 2021 review.